No. Final race of the weekend, race 8 of the season. SDG Heartbroke smile. He gives us the all systems are go. And we are underway, and it's a good start from Yuki Kunii. The man in the middle just sprints past Soichiro Minamoto. It's not awful for Minamoto. Lachlan Epis has made a storming start as well. Lachlan has got into P3. He said he was after a big start, and the BMW has got exactly that, Barry Russell.
That was phenomenal, exactly. He said that's what he wanted. He executed it. Yuki Kunii executed a good start again from the front, from the middle of the front row. Let's pick out the rest.
So Yuki Kunii leads. Where was Hafizh Sharin? Did he get through into P2? Or was that Minamoto in P2?
Yeah, Minamoto is in P2.
Hafizh is down a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Hafizh. Epis loses a place as they take this right-hander, and then will gain it back. Kunii has got away, as has Minamoto. It's Japan 1-2. Epis. How about Kazma Daniel? He was 5th on the grid. There was Kazma just coming in, so Kazma's got himself ahead of Hafizh Sharin.
Oh, and this is a good battle between the two young Japanese riders at the front as they go through turn 16 now.
Well, this is a fascinating first lap. A long way to go, of course. Yuki Kunii went out very, very strong yesterday. Very interesting that Lachlan Epis on a couple of occasions been overtaken for P3, but won it back on each time. But Kunii from Minamoto, from Epis, Andy Farid, Chip Nakarin, Kazma Daniel, Hafizh Sharin, Zakwan in 8, Nishimura 9, Osama Murray 10, Eric Saputra and Teo Yujo 11 and 12.
Will these two get away? Will they hold each other up? Will Lachlan, Andy and Nakarin hold each other up? That is Kazma just behind.
He was quick this morning, wasn't he, Kazma?
Was, yeah.
He was looking good.
He was quick. It'd be good to see the second group not slip too far behind.
Wow, Minamoto having got ahead of Yuki Kunii. Looking very, very good. 23. Championship leader Andy Farid slips on the inside of Lachlan Epis. Just can't seem to hold on to that P3 for very long. And look at that, Kazma Daniel has made a great move. He tries to go around the outside and now has the inside line, and Kazma Daniel indeed moves into P4. Epis going backwards, but this is the Kazma we have been expecting all season.
Yeah, I hope, it's very early days, I hope we get it, but this is impressive from Soichiro Minamoto. No podiums yet. Andy Farid knew that he had to get past Lachlan and get to the front of that group so he can give chase to Yuki Kunii and Soichiro Minamoto ahead of him. Let's see what he can do. Let's check the gap lap by lap. Kazma's really pushing Andy Farid at this point.
But Minamoto, having had that accident, so he did qualification, then he had problems at the end of qualification. It caused him a little bit of hassle yesterday, but he recovered for P4, which was a remarkable result in its own right. And now he's got a second lead over Yuki Kunii, and a near 2-second, a beyond 2-second lead over Andy Farid. Andy Farid loses a little bit of grip, but is able to hold on. Kazma Daniel, this is the Kazma we know.
Let's see what he can do. He's running really for the first time this season with Andy Farid Izdaha, the championship leader, and he's looking good. This is a circuit where Yamaha would not be disadvantaged. Eases his way through. It's not done yet.
Though often the switchback happens on that if you get the wrong line. Epis is under pressure from Chip Nakarin. Zakwan has got ahead of Hafizh Sharin Abdullah. So is Hafizh playing the long waiting game and trying to hold on to those tyres, because he said he had tyre problems in the latter stages, having gone out very, very quick yesterday, did Hafizh Sharin. Kazma's gone out very, very quick today.
Yeah, and he's gaining ground on Yuki Kunii. Andy Farid sensibly, he's a great tactician. I think we'll stick behind him for now. Lachlan Epis right on the pace as well.
This is great stuff already. Early stages, but they come through the start-finish line. The lead is 0.6 of a second for Minamoto over Yuki Kunii. Kazma Daniel is 0.9 down on Kunii. Andy Farid right on the tail of Kazma Daniel. Lachlan Epis has not been dropped. Neither has Chip Nakarin. Hafizh has got ahead of Zakwan Zaidi. Straight line speed for Hafizh is there. Top speed 284.2 kilometers per hour at 29.3 sector 4.
Yeah, every session we've seen the top speed there, but it's not such an important metric for this flowing Themandalika circuit.
Great work from Minamoto. Remember, he stepped up to the superbikes. He's the Supersport 600cc champion. As we speak, he is still in the lead, but Kazma Daniel is just bypassed by Andy Farid Izdaha, who is somebody who we know plays the long game.
Yeah, he definitely does. Good grid interview. We're just looking there at Nakarin. Said he needs to control himself. Good battle here between Andy and Kazma. Yuki Kunii. Just wonder if that hard tyre is going to pay off for him later in the race.
He's one of the few who made that gamble.
It's harder wearing on the right side than the inside because most of the turns here, 12 out of 17, are right hand.
2 seconds separate 1 from 9. Joe Nishimura is 9th, 1.99 seconds down. What's the lead? Two tenths for Yuki Kunii over Minamoto.
The group behind, led by Andy Farid Izdaha, is just closing that gap.
Hafizh Sharin has started to make a move. He was dropping down, but look at that, he's got himself into P6 ahead of Chip Nakarin at Ducati. This is high speed. This is excellent stuff as Hafizh looks on the inside. Bike 55 looks on the inside of Lachlan Epis. Lachlan locks it out.
Nicely done, Des. But yeah, that's a really good battle. Saw a little tussle between those two in warm-up this morning. So I think Hafizh is going to be quite circumspect about his timing if he is going to get past the Australian.
Oh, he's got past him there. The Aussie went just a little bit wide. Lost control there, Lachlan Epis. It's a powerful beast, the BMW. The slightest mistake, you will lose a little bit of time. Kazma now under pressure from Hafizh Sharin. Remember, Hafizh was the championship leader coming into this weekend. He is now 10 points adrift of Andy Farid, number 23, who's in third. 82, Yuki Kunii leads. There's the championship live. That's how close it is. We've got 4 races to go. Chip Nakarin, let's not count him out. Let's not count Soichiro Minamoto out.
Yep, he's due a podium. Andy Farid is closing the gap and leading that group up.
This underbone.
But he's got a fight on his hands. Hafizh is starting to make his move now.
Gosh, that's impressive from Hafizh. Through sector 1, 26.9. That's 2 tenths faster in a single sector. Okay, let's go down to Daniel as Lachlan Epis makes another mistake. A couple of mistakes in the last couple of laps. We can talk to a disappointed Aslan Shah Kamrazaman. Just get an update. He's amongst the championship leaders as Yuki Kunii makes a mistake and goes into P3. We'll talk about that in a moment, but let's have a quick word with Daniel as Yuki Kunii goes backwards. Hafizh Sharin back in P2. Sorry to interrupt you there, Daniel. Let's go down and let's see Aslan Shah's. Okay, right now, let's focus on the race. Lachlan Hafizh is back.
Yeah, there was Hafizh. Made his move to the front of that group, and he's made his move right up onto the back of the Yamaha of Soichiro Minamoto. It was a disappointing race, a disappointing P7 as Nakarin goes down on that Honda Asia Dream Racing with Astimo.
Chip Nakarin, he's one of those in contention for the title. That could well have scuppered it. What does he do?
Oh, he just folds the front. Has held on to the brake a little bit long. Wanted to rescue it, but it couldn't be done. Now it's Yamaha versus Ducati.
Andy Farid is the heart. Is in P3.
Let's go to Daniel. He's ready now.
Down here with Aslan Shah Kamarazaman. So Aslan, unfortunately you're not in this race right now. We would wish you were, but unfortunately you sustained an injury. So again, give us an update on the extent of your injury.
Yeah, I just have a sprained ankle, so not big problem. Just my bike is more destroyed than me.
Well, thank you, Aslan. We hope to see you in the next round for your home race. It's going to be exciting. Good luck.
Thank you.
Indeed, Aslan Shah Kamarazaman, he will be fit and ready for Sepang, and hopefully his bike will be fit and ready. TK Yergal Racing. But the racing is going on now. Soichiro Minamoto and Hafizh is chasing hard. Hafizh Sharin Abdullah. I think he was stung yesterday, Hafizh. He's a proud man, but he dropped down after a strong start and he lost the championship lead. And I think he's just trying for a little bit of retribution here, Barry Russell.
Yeah, and what we haven't seen is the reason why Yuki Kunii has dropped way down the order. Eighth, 10 seconds back. So catch what happened there to Yuki Kunii, who looked so strong in the early stages as he did yesterday. But this battle at the front is getting really interesting.
Well, we were talking about 5 competing for the championship before the start of the race. Of those 5, Chip Nakarin has crashed out. Yuki Kunii has dropped down to P8. Aslan Shah Kamarazaman couldn't even start because of bike and injury problems. So 5 became potentially 2.
Yeah, whatever happened with Yuki probably affected some of the others, because the field has strung out a little bit. We'll have a look at that battle behind in a moment. Try and pick the bones out of that, because Kazma's in there.
He's still going, Yuki Kunii, but his sector times are slow. He's 7 seconds behind Sho Nishimura in P8. Right then, let's though focus on what's going on in that battle for P3. Hafizh again has just lost a bit of time. Zakwan Zaidi. Well, Zakwan, he had a problem. Here is Yuki Kunii. That's a power problem. He doesn't look to be a full throttle there, or he's trying to be. But he's not making any real headway, Yuki Kunii.
Let's see, his last lap time was 1:40.3.
3 or 4 seconds off the pace.
Yeah, and he's 10 seconds in arrears. So it could be that he's still dropping back. We'll keep an eye on that. Can he catch up? Will he drop back? Disappointing for the 20-year-old Japanese SDG rider.
Minamoto, in the meantime, was on pole, had a 4th place yesterday, hasn't had a podium this season, but is looking to remedy that. He's looking to remedy it with a win, but Hafizh Sharin, who's had 1 win, 2 seconds and a P3 in a successful debut season for Ducati and JDT Racing. He is really, really on his tail and looking good. And the championship leader, Andy Farid Izdihar, is right behind them in P3.
Yeah, this is Andy Farid time, this stage of the race, Des. Now the gap from Soichiro to Andy was 2.3 seconds last time out. Keep an eye on that.
Zakwan Zaidi's got himself into P4 under pressure from Lachlan Hafizh in P5. And just behind them, you've got Sho Nishimura and Kazma Daniel. who's dropped off just a little bit after a barnstorming middle of the race.
Yeah, Sho Nishimura getting his eye in as well. Just taking a look at the back of the BMW, the only other BMW in this race, of Lachlan Epis.
Nishimura, the BMW of Nishimura, TKKR Racing, trying to get on the back of the Evolution Sport BMW. Just look at this though, look at Minamoto, look how low he gets his shoulders. He's having to work really, really hard, and Hafizh, who looks really fit, despite his exertions at Suzuka last week.
Yeah, I think what's going on behind is that Andy is getting ahead of the riders behind him, but he's not lapping as quickly as the two in front of him. So I don't think it's Andy Gilang time as we know it. Let's see.
He's 2/10 slower than Minamoto and Hafizh Sharin. It's about 5 laps now, Soichiro Minamoto.
Yes.
He thought he got rid of the pesky Yuki Kunii, who is still going backwards. Clearly a mechanical problem. Now then, we've got the back markers. They need to be disciplined. They need to let Minamoto go through, and Hafizh, and they do. That's good discipline from the back markers. Chip Nakarin, latest lap time, again, was, well, half a second down on Minamoto and Hafizh.
Yeah, and yeah, the pace of the front two is better than that of anybody behind. So Andy not closing, in fact he's losing ground. So he's looking to consolidate that third spot on the podium. These two are fighting it out for the top step. I'm impressed with Soichiro's performance here, Des.
Magnificent. Magnificent, because Hafizh has put real pressure on him.
Yeah, absolutely. Former MotoGP rider, very highly regarded, arguably the most successful rider ever to come out of Malaysia, or indeed Southeast Asia.
And Hafizh with JDT, very, very proudly looking to try to get win number 2 of the season, but Soichiro Minamoto is not making this easy at all. He's the Supersport 600 champion from last year, but he's stepped up to join the Superbikes, the big boys, and he is holding on, and he's keeping a 3/10 of a second lead. He's holding Hafizh Sharin at bay at the moment. Hafizh, bike 55.
Yeah, both running the same tyre compounds, matching each other's lap times within a couple of hundredths. So, 2 laps left.
Indeed, on that last lap, Soichiro Minamoto was able to slightly increase his lead, but it's a negligible lead. Hafizh hasn't really been in position to really attack for P1. Behind them, Andy Farid is 3 seconds down.
Yeah, Andy losing ground, but he's secure in that P3. Sho Nishimura has got ahead of Lachlan Epis. Kazma, after looking, perhaps got a little bit overexcited earlier, Des, but he's settled back in P7. Yuki Kunii, who's clearly got problems with that bike, is 20 seconds now off the lead. So he's just riding for points.
As is Chip Nakarin, who's got up after that crash. He's got up, he's riding, and he's lapping relatively quickly, so he'll pick up points. I suspect he'll finish and pick up points to keep him in with the championship contention. Right then, 2 laps to go. Soichiro Minamoto, the lead is nearly half a second over Hafizh Sharin. And behind them, Andy Farid. Avoid any catastrophe, make sure at least you pick up 16 points. And even if you do lose a few points on Hafizh, you're still in the championship lead with 4 races to go.
Yeah, the Malaysian probably making that calculation. A little wheelie over the line that time for Soichiro. The gap pretty constant between 0.3 and 0.4 of a second.
That's closer
Hafizh has closed up. Let's see what they do through Sector 1. It's getting interesting here. Wow. Soichiro has kept a very cool head now. He's on the last lap. He's got such an accomplished rider, such an experienced rider on such a fast bike, the JDT Ducati behind him.
And again, back marker. Let's make sure you stay out of danger. Is it Eric Suputra? I think it is. So then, Minamoto has Hafizh. Is Hafizh happy with P2?
Not bad for the championship, is it? But yeah.
Oh, the back marker's got to be careful.
Yeah, there is Eric.
And he's really caused a problem for Hafizh Sharin, and that decides it. Hafizh shakes his head. Soichiro Minamoto.
Yeah.
Oh, Hafizh has been destroyed.
It's a shame for Soichiro as well, because he was doing a really good job at the front. Hafizh has got no chance to take him, but this is the first podium of the season and the first win in ASB 1000 for Soichiro.
Soichiro Minamoto takes the victory ahead of Hafizh Sharin, who looks back unhappily. Behind him, Andy Farid is the heart. Hafizh is furious, Soichiro is delighted. Zakwan Zairi picks up a very hard-earned P4. Sho Nishimura 5, Lachlan Epis in 6. Kazma Daniel showing good form at last in 7. Yuki Kunii is still chuntering along in P8. Chip Nakarin will pick up points as well for P9. Osama Murai, Eric Saputra and Cho Yujo still out on the track, 10, 11 and 12. But congratulations to the race winner, Soichiro Minamoto.
Magnificent, he just...
That's a state in the south of Malaysia. So he's not too disappointed to come anyway in the next round.
Yeah, and finished important.
Soichiro Minamoto wins this 13-lap race for Yamaha Technic Racing Team Asia. Big congratulations for Minamoto. He was fast in qualifying, then had the mishap, recovered for a P4 yesterday, puts his first win on the Superbikes on the cards today. Hafizh Sharin Abdullah for JDT Racing Team on the Ducati, 2.4 seconds down. It was closer than that until the last lap. Andy Farid is the Honda Asia Dream racing with the Stamo, holds on to the championship lead, but the gap is narrowed. Big result for Zakwan Zaidi. That's an excellent P4. We hardly...
Let's see, he's also a very cool, calm and collected character. Let's see how he responds to this. We saw jubilation from earlier winners.
After the morning shenanigans.
Yeah, well, apparently they only retrieved the engine, everything else was thrown in the bin. But good race here from Hafizh after a disappointing outing yesterday with tyre troubles. Good response to come through to P2, and really good for the championship for him to finish in front of the championship leader, Andy Farid Izdaha.
You can see the scowl though, even through the helmet for Hafizh. It's a well done. It just proves how competitive he is, that a P2 is frustrating him in such a manner.
Yeah. And next time we're going home for him. Some consolation being offered there, I think, by the team. Visor still down for Hafizh.
This race too was very difficult for me, but
first of all, I would like to say thank you very much to my team, but I don't understand. More than 5 seconds allowed to race, and it's happened many times with the blue flags, and yeah, was a good race. We can win in the last lap, I know, but I just saved my rear tire in the last lap. I know in the second last corner I have a big potential there, but yeah, but this is part of the race. But anyway, this championship need to improve. With the slow rider, I think it's not allowed to race after more than 5 seconds. Yeah, anyway, yeah, to make this better, it must be improved. And I cannot accept. I accept the second place, but I don't accept with the blue flag like this kind of the rider. Yeah, anyway, thank you very much to all my sponsors. Especially Johor and my big boss, Tengku Mangkato Johor. And this for you, I'm sorry that I cannot win the race. I believe I can win, but yesterday was disaster for us. But we bounced back from not a good race yesterday. So anyway, thank you everyone to make this happen.
Thank you, Hafizh. Congratulations on a fantastic